So here we have learned the position vector. Position vector is the displacement from the origin. If we have a point P, we can write this as xi cap plus yj cap. That is the position vector of point P. And the length of the position vector is root over x coordinate square plus y coordinate square. You can also find the angle between the x-axis and the vector and the position vector. You can just write tan theta as y by x and theta as tan inverse y by x. I'll give you some examples to practice. The concepts of vector sometimes is difficult for a few students. So it'll be taking some time to learn it. So I'm giving you point P as the coordinates of P are given. You have to tell me the OP vector. Then you have to tell me the length of OP vector. Then you have to tell me the angle theta.
uh, root 4 root 3 whole square plus 4 square, which is like root 48 plus 16, which is root 64. So we'll get answer as 8.
Yeah, so that is the length of OP vector, no? That is mod of OP vector.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And OP vector will be 4 root 3 I cap?
I cap plus 4j cap.
4j cap. Can you tell me the value of theta?
So I'm calculating that right now.
Yeah, solve it with me. So it is tan inverse.
4 root 3 upon 4.
No, the y coordinate by divided by x
Sorry.
coordinate. Yeah.
4 upon 4 root 3.
4 upon 4 root 3. So do you know angle for which tan theta is 1 by root 3?
Yes, tan theta 1 by root 3. 30 degrees.
30 degree. So this angle is 30 degree. That is the answer, correct. We'll practice a few more. Let us say I'm giving the coordinate of point P as 4 comma minus 4. Remember the angle theta is taken from the positive x-axis. So first draw point P, then you have to tell me OP vector, then you have to tell me mod of OP vector, then you have to tell me the angle theta. So don't forget to draw the diagram. That's very important. Okay, so work with me here. This is the x and y. X coordinate is positive, but y coordinate is negative. So it will be fourth quadrant. So have you drawn the diagram like this? OP vector like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then how would we write OP vector?
Sir, it would be 4 I cap and plus 4 J cap.
Yeah. So see, the J cap, this is your I cap, no? I cap is along the positive x-axis. And J cap is along the positive y-axis. If you have to write the opposite direction, in the opposite direction, it is written as minus I cap in the leftward direction. And in the bottom direction, that is when you have a vector in the downward direction, we write it as minus J cap. So we will need 4 I cap and minus 4 j cap because it is downwards. Okay. 4 I cap is in the right direction, minus I cap is in the left direction. J cap is in the upward direction, minus j cap is in the downward direction. So I will write here 4 I cap minus 4 j cap. Okay.
Sir, but J cap will also be minus, right?
Only j cap is minus, I cap is not minus. So that's why I'm writing minus 4 j cap.
But magnitude is also minus 4.
See, the formula for magnitude is root over x square plus y square. So that is square of a negative quantity, that will become positive. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So this will become 4 root 2.
Yes, sir. 4 root
Ah.
2.
And if you write tan theta, then theta is tan inverse. Tell me the value.
Minus 1.
Minus 1. So tan theta is negative either in the second quadrant or in the fourth quadrant. Right? But we know this is in the fourth quadrant. So what angle should I write this? Which angle is this from the x-axis?
300.
300. Tan theta is 1 for theta is
45 degree.
45 degree. So 90 plus 90 plus 90. If this is 45, then this is also 45. So it will be 270 plus 45, right? 270 plus 45. So either you can write 270 plus 45, that will be 315 degree. Or you can also write just minus 45 degree. Both are correct. Both values are correct. Any questions, any doubts, Nirmit?
No, sir.
Okay. Let us solve one more. So point P is minus solve for this in a similar way. Tell me the OP vector, mod of OP vector, and angle theta. Vaishnavi, can you tell me the answer?
Minus 5 I cap
Hmm,
plus 5 root 3 j cap.
correct. OP vector is, length of OP vector is
Then
10 units,
10.
then theta
minus 60 degree.
minus 60 degree. See, I will write theta as tan inverse root 3. No, minus root 3. So that will be either the second quadrant or the fourth quadrant. But here we see we know that it is in the second quadrant. Right? So I know the acute angle is 60 degree. That means theta will be how much? This.
90 degree.
No, this is 60. Try to remember what we learned in the previous class for angles. If this is 60, then theta is from the positive x-axis. Can you see? Look at the arrow here. This is theta. So total is 180 minus 60.
120.
120. 120 is the right answer. So angle is always measured from the positive x-axis. We can see our vector is in the second quadrant. So we won't go for the fourth quadrant as we did for here. Here we knew that it is in the fourth quadrant. That's why I wrote minus 45 or 350. Okay. So this is how we mention position vector for 2 dimension. For 3 dimension, we'll just modify our formulas. So position vector in 3 dimension. And here you have to be a little imaginative. In 3 dimension, along with the xy coordinate, we have the z coordinate. See, once you bring in the z coordinate, you don't need to bring any other coordinates. Unless, of course, you're studying relativity, but will not be studying relativity here. So we have the x coordinate, the y coordinate, and the z coordinate. Try to visualize a 3D diagram. The x coordinate, y coordinate, and z coordinate will be perpendicular to the x and y coordinate. So focus on what I'm doing here so that I'll give you time to write. So here my point will be in 3 dimension. So point is here, point P is here, and let us say its coordinate is x, y, z. So my OP is not in any plane, it is standing in space. Means you can take any corner of your room, and take the front wall, the bottom line to be x-axis, and the side wall means the line which is going perpendicular, that is y-axis, and the line which is joining your wall on the left side, and the floor, that is your z-axis. So do imagine that, and point P is anywhere in space. Okay, so the corner that you can see on your in your front on the bottom left, that is, you can take that as origin. So mathematically, it is very easy to modify. OP is xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. And mod of OP vector, that is root over x square plus y square plus z square. Okay, the derivation of this, I will be giving this you as homework. Homework as in you have to think about how this came. The hint is you have to apply Pythagoras theorem twice. Okay, after the class, you think about how why this is x square plus y square plus z square. And so you can actually prove it. So, and instead of theta, see here we cannot make angle with the x-axis. Here means the angle will be in 3 dimension. If this is your, let us say, your OP vector, and then you have, this is your x coordinate. So this is not the xy axis like this. Your OP vector is in the another plane. So what we do, we take the angle of the OP vector with the x-axis. Angle of the OP vector with the x-axis. And similarly, angle of the OP vector with the y-axis. Try to imagine it. And angle of the z-axis with the OP vector with z-axis. So here we get 3 angles. One is OP vector with the x-axis, that is alpha. You can call it alpha. Then we can have OP vector, angle of OP vector with the y-axis, that is called beta, and angle of OP vector with the z-axis, that is called gamma. If I drop a perpendicular from here, its shadow means if you're putting light from the y-axis, its shadow will look like this. The shadow will look like this. And this vertical, this is your y length. From the base to the, this is your y length. And what is your x coordinate? X coordinate is the distance from the here. This is your x coordinate, distance from the YZ plane. And this will be your z. Here you have to visualize. Now, I think the diagram might not be sufficient for it. Vasanthi. See, x is this distance. This is xi cap. Xi cap. Then y. I'll omit out this. This is y and this is z. So you're adding up three vectors. You can imagine it like this. This is x, or you can say this is x. This is your x, I cap. So from O to A is xi cap. Then from A to B, that is z k cap. We like to write k cap. After I cap, j cap, we have k cap. Then point B to P, we have y k cap. So we have first we have our OA vector. OA vector is xi cap. Xi cap means you have moved from here to point A. Moved from here to point A. Then from A to B, from A to B, this is the vector A to B. So from A to B, we have the vector zk cap. This is your z coordinate. So z coordinate is the distance from the xy plane. You have to be perpendicular to both the axes. And then we have BP. BP vector is yk cap. If I add all of these three, you can see OP vector is, we are going from O to P. So to go from O to P, I can either go from O to A, then A to B, then B to P. Okay. Vaishnavi, can you visualize this? Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. So OP vector is sum of all these three, OA vector plus AB vector plus BP vector. And that's how I can write the OP vector to be xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. Remembering the formula is easy, but if you know where it comes from, then it's better to derive new formulas and solve questions in a simple manner. This is your OP vector. Then here we write cos alpha. Cos alpha. So in this right angle triangle, we write cos alpha as the x coordinate upon the length of OP vector. If you define the length as L or length as R, cos alpha is x by r, cos beta is y by r, and cos gamma is z by r. So calculation is a little bit complex. So if you try to figure it out, you can find it. But let us keep it here. And this cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, they are called direction cosines. Cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, they are called direction cosines. Okay, this you'll be learning properly in maths. I'm giving you an introduction. Note this down, then we'll do some questions on this. So things that you have to remember.
So the formula was r upon x, right?
No, x upon r.
X opposite. Okay, sorry, sir.
You're making the notes, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Two I cap plus 2 j cap plus 1 k cap. Then the value will be root 9, which is 3.
Yes.
And then cos alpha will be 2 by r, and cos
What
2
is
by
R? What is
3
R? Yeah, 3.
r. So the r is 3.
Yeah.
And cos beta will be 2 by 3 as well, and cos gamma will be 1 by 3.
Correct. Nirbit, what's the answer for this second one? This one?
Sir, OP vector is minus I cap minus j cap minus k cap.
Yeah. Then,
Magnitude of OP vector is root 3.
yeah. Then,
Cos alpha is minus 1 by root 3.
correct.
Cos beta is minus 1 by root 3.
Hmm.
And cos gamma is minus 1 by root 3.
That is correct. We have two special triangles for which you must remember the angle. These are very common in 11th and 12th standard. So these are of course right angle triangle. And the sides are 3 and 4 and the hypotenuse is 5. So we like to write this angle as 37 degree. And it is approximately 36.9 something, but we write 37 degree. And the same triangle, if reversed, then this side is 4, this side is 3, this is 5, this is written as 53 degree. Okay, so we can write a multitude of ratios. For example, you can write from here that sine 37 is equal to 3 by 5. Cos 37 is equal to 4 by 5. And tan 37, that is equal to 3 by 4. As you see, these are the same triangles. So sine 37, that will be equal to cos 53. Cos 53 is 4 by 5. And sine 53, cos 53 is 3 by 5. Sine 53 is 4 by 5. And tan 53 is 4 by 3. If this angle is 37, then this angle is 53, of course, because these two are right angles. So a shortcut to remember this is the smaller side, on the opposite of smaller side, we have smaller angle. So opposite of 3, we have 37. And on the opposite of the bigger side, we have the bigger angle. So opposite of 4, there will be 53. Opposite of 3, there will be 37. Okay. We'll be using this in a lot of physics problems. Let's move ahead then. Okay. So we can write any point as position vector, and that position vector can be written as in x, y, and z coordinate. Position vector can be written in x, y, and z coordinates. So if suppose I have 2 points, let us say we have 2 points or 2 vectors. Call the first vector as OA vector. Coordinates are x1, y1, z1. And the second is point B. This is the x2. Coordinates are x2, y2, z2 for point B. So we can add these 2 vectors. So I think we can write it as addition of vectors. But here we are adding it in coordinate plane. Now, the trick is simple, very simple. We can write OA vector, we can write OA vector, we can write OB vector. Then we can write the resultant of that is call it OP vector as the sum of OA vector plus OB vector. Just add them. So first I'll write the value and then we'll see what it means. So x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap, and OB vector is x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap. If you add these two, you see I cap can be added to I cap. So this will simply give me x1 plus x2 I cap. You can add the I caps with the I cap, j cap with the j cap. So y1 plus y2 j cap and z1 plus z2 k cap. What this means is that you know that to add 2 vectors, you have to take the tail of the vector and keep it over the head of the second vector, like this. This was the first vector, call it A vector. And to add B vector to add A vector, you have to keep the tail of this vector over the head of this vector. So this becomes B vector. And your resultant will be from initial tail, from initial point to the final point. This I am writing as the OP vector. So OP vector is sum of the first vector A vector plus the second vector, that is B vector. This is my resultant. So this is how we add 2 vectors. And now we know how to add 2 vectors. We can add 3 vectors, 4 vectors, 5 vectors just by combining just by adding up their x coordinates together, y coordinates together. So how are we adding this? See, this length is x1. This length is x1. And you know this length is from here to here, this length is x2. Right? If you drop a perpendicular from here, this length is x1, this length is x2. And for this triangle, you can say this length is y1 and this length is y2. Can you say that? This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So we are just adding up x1 plus x2, I cap, y1 plus y2, j cap, and likewise there will be z1, z2, k cap. Okay, so this is how we add 2 vectors. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, note this down.
Yes, so 4 I cap plus 3 J cap
Hmm.
plus 0 K cap.
4 I cap plus 3 J cap plus 0 K cap. We can ignore writing K cap. That would also be fine. Then what is the length of P vector?
And it's fine.
What's the value?
5.
5.
5.
Okay, work with me here. Tell me the value of cos alpha.
4 by 3.
4 by the R value, the length of the vector.
4 by 5.
4 by 5, yeah. Then cos beta,
3 by 5, then 0. 0.
3 by 5, then cos gamma is 0. So can I write the value of alpha here? So see how I think like, even if I don't remember the triangle. So I will first draw the triangle and I have cos alpha as 4. So I'll draw the base larger base and smaller perpendicular. So this angle should be how much?
47.
But yeah. So alpha should be how much?
37.
37. What about beta?
57.
53, yeah.
53.
And gamma?
0.
Cos gamma is 0, so gamma should be
1.
think about it. For what value of gamma, the cos, what value of angle cos theta is 0?
90.
90. 90 is correct. 90 is correct. So this is how we work in 3 dimensions in adding up 2 vectors. And coming to the next part, suppose you have to find the angle between 2 vectors. Angle between 2 vectors. So first thing you have to remember that angle between 2 vectors is the angle between direction of 2 vectors. Is the angle between the direction of 2 vectors. What does it mean? Seems like a confusing sentence, but suppose we have 2 vectors like this. First vector and the second vector. And this angle is given as 30 degrees. So angle between them is simply 30 degrees. No doubt about it. But if I have a case like this, means let us say A vector is like this and B vector is like this. And this angle is given as 135 degrees. So remember, to find angle between 2 vectors, we have to have both the tails at the same point. Then only you can see the direction between 2 vectors. Like the direction between 2 vectors, you cannot find when the second vector is at the tail head of this first vector. Both of the tails should be at the same point. Then only you write the angle between 2 vectors. So for this, you will move this parallelly. and then you will find the angle. If this is 135, then how much this should be, Nirmit?
-180 minus 135.
Yeah, 45 degrees. So angle between two vectors, to find that, you have to bring the tail at the same points. Okay. Bring the tails at the same point. Remember this thing, this trick, and you will be able to find the angles. Okay, let us solve a few questions. Find the angle between A vector and B vector. Kushagra, your video is not arranged properly. I can just see your hairs. Kushagra, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tilt your laptop a bit? I can just see your head. Something is like head is moving and that's better. Okay. Tell me, Kushagra, for question number 3, what is the angle between A vector and B vector?
Angle between A vector and B vector is 120 degree, right?
No. See, you have to bring the tails at the same point. To bring the tail at the same point, you can move the vectors freely. For example, you can move B vector ahead. When you move B vector ahead, this is the angle between the two vectors. Here, what we did, we moved the vector in this direction. Understood?
Okay, so sir, we can like change the direction like anyhow we want, just to bring it to the same point, right?
You cannot change the direction. You can only change the starting point. As in, if I want to take the B vector, I can only move it like this without changing the angle like this. You can only move it like this. I'm not changing the direction of it. I can put it here. I can put it here. The length and the direction do not change. The starting point can change. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Nirmit, what's the angle between A and B for question number 4?
75 degree.
75 is correct. Here you have to move both A and B. So the angle will be, it is vertically opposite, that will be 75 only. Good. So here see, always remember angle between two vectors is angle between direction of two vectors. You have to bring the tails at the same point. By just moving the vector, don't change the direction. You can just move the vector like this without changing the direction and the magnitude. Okay, let us do some problems. Suppose vector A, vector B, and C forms a triangle. Forms a triangle. Then find angle between A vector and B vector, B vector and C vector. I'll write it like this. To find angle between first is A vector and B vector, second is B vector and C vector, third is C vector and A vector, given the first case, is mod of A equals to mod of B equals to mod of C. So in this question, there are three vectors which are forming a triangle, and you have to find angle between those three under the condition that all the sides are equal. The magnitudes of the vector are equal. That means all the sides are equal. So you have to visualize the triangle. You have to draw the triangle. Solve this one. Try it out. I'll add one more condition to it. I'll add this condition also, that A vector plus B vector plus C vector equals to 0. All of them form a triangle, and the sum of these vectors is 0. Try to form a triangle like that. A plus B plus C is 0. That means it will be a closed triangle, either like this or like this. And mod of A equals to mod of B equals to mod of C. That means all sides are equal, so all angles are equal. That is equilateral triangle. So internal angles are 60 degrees. But to find angle between A and B, you have to put the tails together. So I have moved the A vector in the forward direction. Vaishnavi, what's the angle between B vector and C vector?
120.
120. And between C vector and A vector?
120.
120. That is correct. Another, suppose these two form a triangle. So A plus B vector is given equal to C vector. And mod of A is 3, mod of B is 4, mod of C is given 5. The same, you have to find angle between A and B, B and C and A. Form the triangle first. Draw the triangle first. I'll draw the triangle. So see, the sides are 3, 4, 5. It's a Pythagorean triplet. It's a Pythagorean triplet means one of the angles should be 90 degrees. Okay. There's no other possibility. It should be a right angle triangle. If we take this as 3, this as 4, and this as 5. So This is A vector. So A vector plus B vector. That gives the C vector. So the direction of arrows should be clear. This is A vector. This is B vector. And adding A and B, that gives me the C vector. A plus B is the C vector. How many of you have got the diagram correct? Okay, I'm guessing small mistakes was there. So A vector, B vector is 4, C vector is 5. So opposite to 3, this angle is 37. Opposite to 4, this angle is 53. So can you tell me the angle between A vector and B vector? Find it out.
So 90 degree.
Angle between A and B?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. B and C?
So 143 degree.
In B and C, both the heads are at the same point. Okay. So it should be
37.
37 is correct. Then angle between C and A?
127.
127 is correct. Good. These are correct.
Sir, angle between C and A should be 53, right?
Oh, wait. A is like this, no? Yeah, you're right. You're right. 53. It will be 53. Because see, the tails are already at the same point. It should be 53. Okay. Let us solve one more. Here I have changed the condition. Now A vector plus C vector is B vector. So first draw the triangle and then find the angles. So if I draw the triangle, it would be like this. And the arrow, A and C are adding up. So I should start from this point. Start from this point. I will make this as A vector. Then I would make this as the C vector. And this as the B vector. So A and C, they are adding up to give B vector. So tell me the angle between A and B.
So, but B vector should be hypotenuse, right?
No, it is not necessary. B vector is 4, so it can not be hypotenuse. C is 5. Only C
Okay.
can be hypotenuse.
Yes, sir.
What's the angle between A and B? 90 degrees, correct. Angle between B and C?
47.
37. And angle between A and C? How much?
53.
See, this time the tails are not at the same point. I will move the vector A ahead. The tails should be at the same point. See, for A and B, the tails are at the same point. For B and C, I would be extending it like this. For B, like this. For C, like this. Then their tails come at the same point. And that's how I know the angle between B and C is the same as this angle. Okay. But for A and C, one has head, one has tail. I want the tails to be at the same point. So I have moved it in the leftward direction. This is 53. So this should be how much?
127.
127. So this angle is 127 degrees. See, this concept might be difficult if you don't revise it. Nah? So today only after the class or in the evening, revise it and properly. Means, not by just seeing the solution. Try to do it by yourself. I'll also send you a set of questions to solve. So this is how we find angle between two vectors. And if you want to find the unit vector along any direction, so unit vector has magnitude 1. Unit vector has a magnitude of 1. So suppose there is any vector r vector written as xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. So we can write the unit vector along r. Unit vector along r. It is written with a cap, not a vector, but a cap. Unit vector along r vector is written as a r cap. So if I divide a vector by its magnitude, then we get a unit vector. If I divide a vector by its magnitude, we get a unit vector. So if a vector is given, I can calculate its magnitude. That is root over x square plus y square plus z square. And this is how we get the unit vector along any direction. For example, if I have to find unit vector along a vector given as 3i cap plus 4j cap plus 5k cap. So r cap would be r vector by mod of r. That is 3i cap plus 4j cap plus 5k cap divided by mod of r. If you calculate mod of r, this is 50, so 5 root 2. So the unit vector is 3 by 5 root 2 I cap plus 4 by 5 root 2 j cap plus 5 by 5 root, that is 1 by root 2 k cap. Means along this vector, this along R, this vector is the unit vector. So suppose you want to get a vector of any magnitude in this direction. Okay, suppose you have another question, part 2 of it. Find a vector of length 10 units along R vector. So that will be 10 times the R cap. 10 times the R cap. Because R cap is a unit vector along the R vector direction. You multiply it by 10, you get a unit vector. And the vector along the R vector, which has magnitude 10. So 3 by 5 root 2 I cap. So this is a vector which has magnitude 10 along the R vector. If you want to verify, you can just verify this. You can find mod of P. Mod of P will be square of this, 3 3s are 9, 2s are 80. Square of this, 4 4s are 16, 2s are 32. Square of this, 5 5s are 25, 2s are 50. This will be root over 100, that is 10 units. Once you're done with this, solve the next question.
Calculating right now.
Okay. Nirmit, can you tell me the unit vector, R cap?
Sir, I'm calculating.
Okay.
Sir, it would be 3 I cap plus 4 J cap. Sorry, 3 by 5 I cap plus 4 by 5 J cap.
Correct. What is mod of R cap? What's the value of mod
6,
of?
5.
It should be 25, no?
Sir, it's root
Yes, sir,
625.
Root 225. No?
Root 625, sir, which is 25.
Yeah. And what's the value of a vector which has magnitude 5 units along R cap? along R vector? That will be 5R cap. So we can write this as 3I cap plus 4J cap. Okay. So 3I cap plus 4J cap is a vector which has magnitude 5 units along the R vector. So just like addition, we can also do subtraction. So subtraction of vector, we just write instead of A plus B, we write A minus B. There's nothing new there. But after learning addition and subtraction, we can go to product of vectors. And we have two types of products of vectors. So product of two vector. First vector product is a scalar product. It is called a scalar product. And if two vectors are there, like the first vector is A vector, second vector is B vector, and angle between them is theta, then the product is written as scalar product is written as A dot B. This dot is important here. And the value is mod of A into mod of B into cos theta. Just this is the formula. And scalar product gives you a scalar value. Example. If I have a vector A vector written as let us say A vector is like this, B vector is like this, and mod of A vector is given as 3, mod of B vector is given as 4, angle between them is 60 degree. Then simply, if you want to find A dot B, that would be mod of A into mod of B into cos 60. That is 6. Note it down and solve the next one. In the question number 2, find A dot B. Scalar value can be positive or negative. What is the value of A dot B here?
-6/3.
It will be 4 into 3 into cos 120. Cos 120 is
-√3/2.
see, if I draw 120, it is like this. This angle is 120. That means this angle is 60 degree. So cos 120 is cos 60, but with a negative sign. So it should be
1 - 1/2.
yeah. So minus 1/2, that is
6.
-6. Yeah. If I have two vectors written like this, suppose A vector is A1 I cap, B1 J cap. And the first vector, call it P vector. A1 I cap plus B1 J cap plus C1 K cap. And I have a second vector, Q vector. That is A2 I cap plus B2 J cap plus C2 K cap. And I want to find P dot Q. I want to find P dot Q. So to find P dot Q, first we have to write the dot product of I dot I. Now I dot I, if you want to write, that is mod of I into mod of I into angle between I and I is 0 degree. Because both I vector and I vector, that is I cap and I cap, are in the same direction. Mod of I is 1, mod of I is 1, 1 into 1 into cos 0 is 1. So I dot I is 1. Right. Similarly, if you want to write J dot J, so J is along the perpendicular direction. So the angle between them is again 0, but both magnitude of both of the J will be 1. So J dot J is also 1. And if you want to write K dot K, K dot K is also 1. But if you want to write I dot J cap, so that is mod of I, mod of J into angle between them. Cos is along the x-axis. Sine, no, I cap is along the x-axis. J cap is along the y-axis. So this becomes cos 90 degree. That means I dot J is 0. Similarly, J dot K, again the angle between them is 90 degree. So this is also 0. Same goes for K dot I. Okay, so any other pair you take, K dot I or J dot I or K dot J, or I dot K. All the pairs have dot product 0. But if both are same, then their dot product is 1. So to find P dot Q, I can write it like this. A1 I cap plus B1 J cap plus C1 K cap dot product with the A2 I cap plus B2 J cap plus C2 K cap. So first, A1 I cap will be having dot product with A2 I cap. This will be multiplied with this. All right. So A1 I cap when multiplied by A2 I cap, you will just get A1 I cap dot product with A2 I cap. If you write this down, this will be A1 A2 because angle between them is 0 degree. So A1 into A2 into cos 0. Then the second one will be A1 into B2. That is A1 multiplied by B2. So that will be A1 I cap into B2 J cap. I dot J is 0. So you'll get 0 for this. This will become 0. Then A1 with C2K cap. So this will again be 0. So A1 J cap dot product with C2K cap. This is also 0. After this, B1 J cap with A2. Again, it will be 0. Then B1 J cap with B2 J cap, you'll get B1 B2. Then B1 with C2, this is J cap and K cap, so you'll get dot product as 0. Then C1 with K with I will be 0, K with J will be 0, but K with K, it will be C1 C2. So this is the shortcut formula that you get. If you take the dot product, just multiply the I components with the J I component, J with J, K with K. Any questions here? Okay. Please repeat. You're not audible. I think you should keep your mic closer. What's the value of P dot Q?
Am I audible?
Yeah.
3 I cap minus 4 J cap minus 8 K cap.
See, I dot I, the value is 1. So we don't write I cap. So it's just 3 minus 4 minus 8. Yeah. That is minus 9. Similarly, value of Q dot P, if you calculate and tell me the value.
It will be the same, right?
It will be the same, correct. So you see, P dot Q is always equal to Q dot P. You say that it is commutative. And in the next case, you have to find the angle between P and Q. For this, if P dot Q is PQ cos theta, I can write cos theta as P dot Q divided by mod of P into mod of Q. you can use this relation to find the angle between two vectors. Use this relation to find the angle between two vectors.
So cos theta is coming 2 by 5.
Cos theta is 2 by 5. Check your calculation. What's the value of cos theta? What's the value, Nirmit? Cos theta?
4 by 5.
4 by 5. So we can write theta as what value? 37 or 53?
$37.
Theta is 37. So we can use this to find angle between two vectors. In vectors, one more topic is left, that is vector product, that we'll be taking up in the next class. Let us take doubts, means if you have doubts from the previous session, you can send me the question on WhatsApp and we can discuss it. Send on the group, that will be better. Everyone can see it there. So last time we gave question number 7, homework 1. It was like this, huh? 3 vectors and magnitude was 10 and the angle between them was 120 degrees. So the first you can find the resultant of A vector and B vector. Find the resultant of A vector and B vector, you'll get a vector along this, which will have a magnitude of 10 and an angle 60 degrees. Is that okay?
So why the magnitude will be 10?
We can calculate it. No? Let us call this as vector D. Then D vector, D will be equal to root over a square plus b square plus 2ab cos 120. From there, if you calculate, it will be root over 10 square plus 10 square plus 200 cos 120 is minus half. This will come out to be 10. Is that clear?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And see, A and B का resultant पता चल गया. Then C and D, they will cancel each other out. Because C का भी magnitude 10 है और this they are vertically opposite. See 120 and 60 degree, that means 180 degree. So resultant of A and B is D. So now you can forget A and B, and resultant of D vector and C vector is 0 because they are equal and opposite. Equal and opposite. You can solve it by method also. R vector, if you want to write it as D vector plus C vector, so magnitude of R will be root over 10 square plus 10 square plus 2 into 10 into cos 180 degree. Cos 180 degree is minus 1. Even if you solve it from there, R will come out to be 0. But as though equal and opposite vectors ka sum is always 0. Clear? Okay. Then question number 8. It was, so A and B were 10. All right. Question number 8 भी ऐसे ही कर सकते हैं. पहले A और B का resultant find out कर लिया. So A और B का resultant will be 10 root 2. Let us call this T. So D vector is first A vector plus B vector. So value of D will be 10 root 2. If you find it out from the formula. 5 और 5 है तो 10 और 10 है तो resultant होगा 10 root 2. Then the third vector was given as 5 root 2. Now this angle is given as 135. And this angle, if you calculate, it will be 45. So if this is your C vector, you can write your resultant vector as D vector plus C vector. So दोनों equal and opposite है. So subtract हो जाएगा. Means this will just be 5 root 2. Or you can use the proper method, na, कि R is equal to D square plus C square plus 2DC. Angle is cos. One angle is 180 degree, so it will be cos 180 degree. Cos 180 होता है -1. ठीक है? And D को भी आंसर फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. That will be root over A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 90 degree. Clear हो गया? Okay. Have you submitted the homework? Uploaded the homework in the drive?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about Vaishnavi
Yes, sir.
and Kushagra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Any other doubt?
Sir, in homework part 2,
Hmm.
6th and 7th.
6th and 7th.
Sorry, 6th and 8th.
Can you give me the value? Sine of?
Sine of 39660.
Okay. Sine of 39660 degree. So if I divide it by 360, I'll get the remainder and the quotient both. There's the So you can write it like this: sine of 360 times 11 degree plus 0 degree. That is sine of 0 degree. Okay. So we can write it as a multiple of 360. अगर यहाँ पे रिमाइंडर आता तो सी 11 रोटेशन के बाद 0 डिग्री ही हो रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर यहाँ पे साइन ऐसा लिखा होता साइन 396 लेटेस्ट से 30 ऐड कर देते तो 690 हो जाएगा. तो यहाँ पे 11 रोटेशन के बाद फिर 30 डिग्री रिमेनिंग होता. 360 into 11 plus 30 डिग्री. सो इसको लिख सकते हैं डायरेक्टली साइन 30 डिग्री. That would be half. Then question number 8. Which
Yes.
question? 8. Okay. So 1050.
No, sir. Cot of minus 72420.
72420. Okay, okay. Cot of minus 72420. अच्छा 36 इसको मैं डायरेक्टली लिख सकता हूँ ऐसा. 72,000 दिख रहा है मुझे यहाँ पे. So either I can write it directly कि 720 times 100 नेगेटिव साइन कॉमन ले लिया अगर नेगेटिव साइन minus 420. या तो मैं ऐसा डायरेक्टली लिख दूं बिकॉज 720 का मल्टीपल है, और यू कैन डायरेक्ट डिवाइड इट बाय 360. So we can write it like either like this. तो यहाँ से अगर लिखा हो तो this will be cot of, see anti-clockwise rotation हो या clockwise rotation, it doesn't matter. 720 is a multiple of 360. So either this could be written as cot of minus 420, और अगर 360 से divide करके लिख रहे हैं then I can write this as cot of minus 21 into 360 minus of 60 degree. So this is giving me, this is minus 21 मतलब clockwise rotation, clockwise 21 times rotate करने के बाद we are getting minus 60 degree. So this will be cot of minus 60 degree. यहाँ से कैसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं? See 360 ऐड कर सकते हैं इसमें. Adding 360 won't affect it. From here 360 minus 420. Again this would give you cot of minus 60 only. Tell me the value of cot of minus 60.
Minus 1 by root 3.
1.
Yeah, minus 1 by root 3. Okay, any other doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Kushagra?
No, sir.
Okay. So I'll take, I think, one more class, one or two more class. One more class for mathematical fundamentals of mathematics. And then we can start kinematics. So kinematics may will start with the basic motion. Motion के तीन equation, v is equal to u plus at, and the other two and we'll be applying a lot of concepts of vectors in kinematics. So if you know vector well, na, or basic के vectors अगर समझ में आ रहे, then you can solve questions of kinematics well. Even ये सारे concepts all through the year use होने वाले हैं for vectors, kinematics में apply होगा, rotational में, then all the other topics, fluid mechanics also. Then in 12th also it will be heavily used. So by then you will be a master of these concepts. I think we have some time left. So shall we complete the cross product also? Okay, it will just take 5 minutes. Okay. So cross product. पहला वाला product था dot product. Second product is cross product. So 2 vectors. Kushagar, come online. I can't see you. There are 2 vectors, A vector and B vector. So we write the cross product as A cross B. Cross product को हम लिखते हैं A cross. वहाँ पे dot use कर रहे थे, यहाँ पे cross use करते हैं. And we write it like this: mod of A into mod of B into sine theta, where theta is angle between A and B. But this is a vector. This is a vector, and उस vector का जो direction होता है, that is perpendicular to these vectors. Perpendicular to this vector. So we let us say कि perpendicular के direction में एक vector है, unit vector है eta cap. What is eta cap? Eta cap is a unit vector perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. Perpendicular to the plane containing A vector and B vector. So A dot B एक scalar quantity था, but A cross B is a vector quantity. और इस vector का direction is perpendicular to both the vectors. Means if A vector and B vector are like this, then I want the cross product to be perpendicular to both vectors. So if cross product is perpendicular to both vectors, that means just plane में ये lie कर रहा है, उसके ही perpendicular हो जाए. So eta cap is perpendicular to both A and B. That means it is perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. Can you visualize that? Perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. If this is A and this is B, then perpendicular to A and B, like that. So eta cap is a unit vector along that direction. So A cross B is a vector. A cross B is a vector. For example, if I'm trying to find I cross J, so I cross J will be mod of I into mod of J into angle between them. So I और J के बीच जो angle होता है, that is 90 degree. So sine 90. And I want a vector perpendicular to I and J. That will be K cap. So eta cap की value will be K cap. So this will be 1 into 1 into 1 into K cap. So I can write that I cross J, this is equal to K cap. Okay. So K cap और eta cap का direction कैसे find out करते हैं? Means A और B के perpendicular 2 vectors आ जाएंगे. A cross B इधर भी जा सकता है, इधर भी जा सकता है. The opposite direction. But the second one is not right. This is wrong. So how do we find out? So to find this out, we use our curl method. Curl method. If I have 2 vectors, take this as A vector, the thicker pen as A vector, and this pen as B vector. Okay, pay attention. This thicker pen is A vector, and this thin pen is B vector. To find the direction of A cross B, we curl our finger from A towards B. From A towards B. We're curling our fingers like this. In this diagram, you'll be curling your fingers from A towards B. First get A, then B. Curling your fingers in such a way such that you first touch A, then touch B. Then your thumb shows the direction of eta cap. Okay, you're curling your fingers from A to B, and I'm moving this down. Your thumb shows the direction of eta cap. Is that clear? So I cross J, see here, I cross J, if this is I cross J, I'm curling my fingers from I to J. My thumb will point outside. Thumb will point out of plane. Out of plane. Out of plane, I cannot show it. It's out of plane, it is coming outwards. Out of plane is that is coming out of the plane towards me, and into the plane that is coming towards you. Can you imagine that? So A cross B का direction is perpendicular to the plane, but कैसे find out करना है? By curling your fingers from A to B, and thumb will show the direction. Kushagra, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
I know कि थोड़ा confusing होगा because sometimes it's difficult to visualize, but take two vectors A and B and curl your fingers across them. So if I take suppose J cross K, J cross K. So I, J, K, you can imagine like that, X, Y, Z. Okay, so YZ plane, you can say the plane on your left is YZ plane. So J dot K हो जाएगा mod of J into mod of K cap into sin 90. And what will be the direction? J और K दोनों के perpendicular क्या होगा? Will it be I cap or minus I cap? दो डायरेक्शन है perpendicular, या तो I cap हो सकता है या तो minus I cap हो सकता है. So curl your finger. This is J, and let us say this is K. Okay, and then curl your fingers and try to figure it out. Tell me if it is I cap वाला direction या I cap के opposite वाला direction.
Opposite.
Opposite. Z cap is along y axis. Z is along K cap. K cap is along Z axis. अच्छा, right hand use करना है. Always use right hand. Left hand use नहीं करना है. Mostly right hand में pen होता है तो left hand use करते हैं students, but you have to use right hand. What do you think, Vaishnavi?
I cap.
I cap. What about you, Kushag? Any idea?
It will.
See, अगर fingers curl करते हैं तो पहले मुझे J cap touch करना है. This is J cap, and then मुझे K cap touch करना है. So my fingers will curl like this. Okay, like this. Means I think because of this camera, this would be inverted now. So it should be like this, J dot K, K perpendicular. So I cap is the correct direction. I cap is the correct direction. This will be I cap. Okay, So to visualize this, just take 2 pens in your hand. I know कि ये webcam की वजह से inverted आ रहा होगा possibly, but you have to use your right hand, which, and if this is J, this is K, then JK के perpendicular आएगा I cap. So J dot K is I cap. And I'll just write it down. Similarly, K dot I will be J cap. Then if you write the opposite, J dot I, it will be minus K cap. Then K dot J is minus I cap. And I dot K is equal to J minus J cap. And write all the relations together. I dot J is K cap. J dot K is I cap. And K dot I is equal to minus J cap. ये सब याद रखने के लिए there is a short trick. And you can draw a circle. In the circle we have I, J, K. So in the circle, if you go in the clockwise direction, pay attention first. I'll give you time to write. So if you go in the clockwise direction, so I cross J, that will be K, right? Then J dot K, that will be I. Then K dot I, it will be J. So in the clockwise direction, it is positive. In the clockwise direction, you will get positive. If you go in the reverse, for example, you have to find I cross K, then it will be minus J. So in the clockwise, keep the sign as positive, and in counterclockwise, keep the sign as negative. So I dot K will be minus J. So here, I dot K, this is minus J. And K dot I should be plus J. We'll be discussing this in detail in the next class also. But you can just remember this trick, and you can remember the results. Just drawing it in the circle.
Done, sir.
Okay. Okay, then that will be all for today. I'll be sending you a set of questions maybe by tomorrow evening in the WhatsApp group only. And you have to complete that and send me before Thursday. I think your class will be on Thursday. Send me before Thursday. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.